Supporters of US presidential hopeful Bernie Sanders have launched an online campaign for him to be the Democratic nominee in the 2020 election. They warn that otherwise they're going to vote for Donald Trump. Here's RT's Caleb Maupin.
On the surface, Donald Trump and Bernie Sanders seem like chalk and cheese, polar opposites.
Donald Trump has got to be defeated. Donald Trump is a pathological liar.
He embarrasses us every single day.
Crazy Bernie. He's crazy as a bedbug, but you know, he doesn't quit.
Crazy Bernie. I tell you, I got to hand it to Bernie.
Bernie sold out to the devil.
So, here's a shock for you. Donald Trump is genuinely concerned about Bernie Sanders, especially his nomination by the Democrats in 2020.
The Democratic National Committee, sometimes referred to as the DNC, is again working its magic in its quest to destroy crazy Bernie Sanders. For the more traditional, but not very bright, sleepy Joe Biden, here we go again, Bernie, but this time please, show a little more anger and indignation when you get
Trump has good reason to be concerned. Back in 2016, 12% of Bernie Sanders' supporters turned against Hillary Clinton, and they ended up voting for Donald Trump. Donald Trump wouldn't be sitting in the Oval Office without them. And new polls show that history could repeat itself. 26% of Bernie Sanders' supporters would not vote for Elizabeth Warren in the final election, despite the fact that she has similar policies to her Democratic rival. And this growing overlap between Trump and Bernie supporters seems to be a growing phenomenon.
I'm 78 and have been waiting for Bernie all my life. If it's not Bernie, my vote goes to Trump out of pure spite.
Nah, I can't believe it. I have some Trump voting friends who always said that if Trump wasn't running, they'd vote for Bernie Sanders easily. They have a lot of voter overlap.
Even another Democratic candidate in the race brought it up.
It just kind of turns you against the system in general, and then you're more likely to want to vote to blow up the system, which could lead you to somebody like Bernie, and it could lead you to somebody like Trump.
We've been finding out if people here in New York have noticed this trend.
I'm sure a lot of people are fed up with our current dysfunctional government.
People are fed up with the traditional politics over the last 20, 30 years.
Just think because he's an outsider and he's against the system, and he was treated very badly during the 2016 election.
Politics in the United States is taking an interesting turn. It seems that nowadays, voters are less concerned about what you stand for and what you represent as a candidate, but rather about how loudly you speak up against an establishment with many detractors. Caleb Maupin, RT, New York.